But let me see. I just want to confirm on the general chat room. We see over here. Yes, it was Cameron. Thank you, Cameron. We discussed this one. Let me go ahead and get started with Canoo, guys. Espérate, this is not it. It's this one. But David, you're putting the wrong link. Hey, I'm sorry. This is the David Show. It's not the Green Tom Show. This is my favorite show because it is my show, David Show. Ladies and gentlemen, exclusive. Apple held talks with EV startup Canoo in 2020 as part of the Silicon Valley giant's secretive push into the automotive space. Oh my goodness, guys. Apple held meetings with California EV startup Canoo in the first half of 2020 as part of the Silicon Valley giant's secretive effort to advance its own electric vehicle project. 3 people familiar with the talks have told The Verge. The companies discuss options ranging from investment to an acquisition, according to 2 of the people. Canoo's scalable electric vehicle platform, or skateboard, is largely what drew Apple's interest, the people said. The platform is different from ones developed by other startups and larger automakers because it integrates more of the car's electronics, allowing for greater flexibility in a cabin design. It also features steer-by-wire technology, which also increases design flexibility and is not yet widely adopted in the industry. Canoo was more interested in taking on an investment from Apple, 2 of the people said. Ultimately, the talks fell apart. Canoo has since become a publicly traded company after merging with a blank check fund that was listed on the NASDAQ in late 2020. Apple has made at least one other acquisition in the mobility space in recent years, buying Drive.ai in 2019. The Canoo doesn't openly comment on strategic discussions, relationships, or partnerships unless deemed appropriate. Tony Aquila, Canoo's executive chairman, said in a statement to The Verge, Apple declined to comment. News of Apple's interest in Canoos comes as Reuters reports that the tech company is negotiating with Hyundai to make a self-driving electric vehicle as early as 2024. Apple's vehicle project, codenamed Project Titan, has shifted multiple times over the years, but the company has now reportedly refocused on making an autonomous electric vehicle. It has been holding meetings with automakers as small as Canoo and as big as Hyundai as it looks to outsource things like technical designs and manufacturing. Let me see. Hyundai and Canoo previously announced a plan to co-develop electric vehicles in February 2020, though that project appears to be unrelated to the startup's talks with Apple. Canoo refers to its partnership with Hyundai in recent filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission as an engineering service agreement that will see the companies co-develop a platform to power a small segment electric vehicle. But Canoo has not disclosed whether it has been paid for the Hyundai deal or whether any work has begun. Canoo was founded in late 2017 by a small group that split out from struggling EV startup Faraday Future, including multiple former BMW executives. As The Verge first reported, the effort was funded by a Chinese investor who is in the son-in-law of a former CCP leader and technology to Apple. Canoo plans to make commercial electric vehicles like delivery vans or food trucks, as well as a consumer-focused van that will be sold on a subscription basis. All of Canoo's vehicles are powered by the same scalable skateboard technology. The talks with Apple came at a crucial time for Canoo, which lost $182.3 million in 2019 while working on its first prototype vehicle and entered 2020 with just $29 million in the bank, according to a recent filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Canoo took meetings with a variety of companies from Silicon Valley, China, and elsewhere in 2019 and 2020, the people said. But as deals failed to materialize, the startup needed short-term money. It took a $7 million loan from the government's pandemic paycheck protection program, and as talks with Apple dragged on, another $15 million total from Pak Tam Lee, the Chinese investor, and Xiang family, the owners of TPK, in March 2020, according to the SEC filing. Canoo eventually started negotiations with the blank check fund, Hennessy Capital Acquisitions Corp. Later in the year, it was one of the first startups to jump on this trend of using so-called special purpose acquisition company to shortcut the traditional path to becoming publicly traded. As that deal was worked out, the Xiang family put another $80 million into the startup, and the soon-to-be executive chairman invested $35 million, according to the SEC filing. Canoo raised some $600 million when the deal closed near the end of 2020. While Canoo now has the money it sought at the beginning of 2020, that hasn't softened its ambitions to work with big companies like Apple. The startup said in that same SEC filing that it is currently in discussions with multiple other blue-chip industry participants interested in leveraging Canoo's technology and engineering expertise for their own commercial purposes. Guys, that's the article that we got from The Verge. It has been shared in our Discord community, so go ahead and check out the join button. That's how we communicate. I love Jordan. I love it. And guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. If there's any, we'll see. GOEV. Mira para allá, Bitcoin going down. Needed to retrace, guys. It needed to retrace. GOEV. Waka Waka. I look like a Pac-Man. Dude, I look like a motherfucking rock star. That's what I look like. Right, Randy? Do you agree?
Oh, yeah!
By the way, Randy, you look like a rock star, dude. You look amazing. So, Canoo. Woo! Salsa! Dudes and dudettes. Shoeies and shoeettes. Let me see over here real quick. What is happening over here for Canoo? GOEV. I remember that we talked about this one. Wow, such a long time ago, man. And I guess it changed symbol. Yeah, man. Look at that. Holy mofongo. $20.95. Congratulations for those who were patient and doing that.
You can.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of technicals and see where we are now and where it can go. So, the first thing that I like over here in this chart is that we don't have a lot of information, so we gotta work with whatever we got. So technicals, even though it's not a crystal ball, for that you should watch the rising, but we can review the risk and the reward ratio, right? And at least have some expectations for price. It doesn't mean that we are saying that this will go somewhere. We are saying there's probabilities, and higher probability is better than guessing. I don't like gambling, guys. I don't think gambling in the market should be a thing. I just like looking at the charts and making sense out of it, adding the Fibonacci levels for Canoo, and it makes sense. $20.95 is the current price. Let's go ahead and document this. $20.95. And there's still a range that we can go to the upside, at least $24.81. Canoo has been, for quite a while, making moves. I see that they transition, and now it seems like it can continue. So if it wants to go higher, David, where do you think it can go? Well, for example, breaking a resistance level, it seems like the Fibonacci provides us clarity as to the possible price of $28 and even $32. If we get to break the resistance over here, it will definitely provide us an opportunity of 31%, which will be amazing. And I wanted to add over here a resistance level. I'm going to leave it there because if we get Guys, I don't know if you have seen the video about support and resistance, but the market moves up and down. If we get a little bit of retracement, think about it. We can continue with the upside, right? So there could be some potential opportunities, maybe even by tomorrow. Who knows? Patience is the name of the game, guys, as we said many times. And technicals will provide you a little bit of clarity how you can manage your investment. And I think it is better than going blind. Let me know in the chat room. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think that GOEV will be doing, huh?
Shoryuken!
Or will it go down to the bottom of the ocean and be SpongeBob? Wow, wow, wow. What a day, what a day. Let me see over here. We got a lot of people leaving Bitcoin once again in the background. Before I